Andrew McGahan for SevereMMA, standing alongside Cub Swanson here in Dublin. Cub, how are you finding Dublin?
I'm having a great time. These little trips are awesome. A good chance for us to meet the fans and kind of enjoy being out here instead of worrying about fight week.
Speaking of which, I was getting a few messages on Twitter last night saying, where's Cub Swanson, where's Forrest Griffin? And I said, the best place to try is Temple Bar. I believe they found you eventually.
Yeah, we were down at Temple Bar and we had a few pints. We had to call it early, so I didn't stay out too late.
Were you surprised by the hospitality of the Irish people, considering a lot of people have you on a collision course with Conor?
No. I knew that there was going to be a lot of fans out here, just general MMA fans, and that's the reason I wanted to come. I know it's a beautiful country. I wanted to come check that out and just meet the general fans. Any place where the sport is growing, to me, I love that. I want to be a part of it. I want to help this sport grow. So,
what do you feel has been the blowout since your fight with Jeremy Stephens? Where do you think you stack up in the division at the moment?
I'm the #1 contender. I've been proving it for a while, and I don't really talk a lot, but I prove it with my fighting.
It's something you said there. You said you don't like to beg for fights. Do you think it's hindered you in any way that you've had to go on such an impressive win streak before you're finally considered the #1 contender?
No, it doesn't matter to me. I honestly feel like my fighting speaks for itself, and I'd rather have it that way. I'm not the kind of guy that wants to beg for anything or try to talk my way into things. I'm the kind of person that thinks that you should get what you deserve and what you show, not with actions, not with words.
And just one final thing on the Stephens fight, from the breakdown, from watching it, I thought if you had been going into that fight on a 1 or 2 fight win streak, you would have finished it. It seemed like you were. I know you said you didn't want to be a little bit tentative in the bout, but it seemed like you were a little bit cautious and only going for the kill when you thought he was very close to being finished. Yeah,
and I fought that way not because of I was playing it safe or anything. He was very dangerous, and I knew that he was dangerous throughout, from start to finish, and he showed that. So I didn't want to make mistakes. I didn't want to make a rookie mistake, and I wanted to pick him apart and look for my openings. And I hurt him a few times, almost finished him, and he was just tough as nails.
So when you're over here promoting, meeting the general MMA fans, do you think as well the UFC have brought you over because Conor's the headline?
Oh, not at all. They brought me out here because I'm one of the bigger fighters right now. I've been exciting, and they just wanted to have me out because I fought in London. I went out to Sweden, so I feel like I have a good base out in Europe in general. So, Conor's a couple years away from me.
What do you think of the top of the 145 division at the minute, with Aldo getting injured and Mendes also claiming he's the #1 contender? Do you think you're going to have to fight Chad Mendes, or are you just going to wait?
Depends on Aldo's injury. It's a possibility of there being an interim belt. I know they don't really like doing that. Nobody really wants to have the half belt, so it's just a matter of what's up with the injury with Aldo. We don't know right now, so it's just a waiting game. But the division in itself has never been more exciting, and I'm excited to be a part of it.
You said there you think Conor's a few years away from yourself. I heard you had a bit of you were in a lift with him during the week. What was the dialogue exchange between you? Because we heard what he said, but we didn't hear what you got to say.
Yeah, we just exchanged words, and I just told him to concentrate on the fight, and there's no need for this. I told him it was a tough fight, just focus on it, and he said that it was an easy fight. And I said, all right, and then we had a little bit of words, but it is what it is. I don't think he should use me as a distraction. You know what I mean? I think, I never wanted to come over here and be a distraction for him. I think he needs to, the Irish fans, want him to win, and I think it's good for the country if he wins. So I don't want to be a distraction for him. I hope he, takes this fight seriously.
And finally, speaking of which, how do you see the main event going at the weekend?
I just know it's going to be wild. I know the crowd is going to be intense. That's the thing I'm the most excited about. I know Conor's in shape. I know he's determined, and I know Diego. I've trained with him for a long time. I know he's very good on the ground. He hits very hard, so I honestly think it's a 50-50 fight. Just
one final thing on that. You said the crowd's going to be very loud. Experiencing these crowds, for example, the Irish crowd, would that make you want to fight here in the future so you're the guy that they are potentially cheering?
If they're going to be cheering for me, it'd make me more...
What about booing? What about boos?
Boos always suck, but whatever it takes to get the fans into it. I think a crowd that doesn't care is the worst.
Excellent, Cub. We appreciate the time. Hope you enjoyed Dublin.
Thank you. I appreciate it.